Today I will teach you how this guy made $3,000 with a mule.
Well, hello my watch family. Crazy Cowboy Watchmaker coming at you. Today is story day, so I'm gonna tell a story. So here we go. All right, so this man, he has come up with a plan to make some money. He's out of work and he's thinking and thinking. And he said, you know, I could do a raffle. I could go buy an animal, go through town, write out tickets, and we can charge $1 a ticket. And when you draw, you get the animal. So I got to go find a really, really good animal. And so he remembered that one of his neighbors a few miles away had a really, really nice mule. And he don't remember the mule being used that much, so he called Ed. He said, hey Ed, he said, I'm thinking about doing a raffle throughout the town. I mean, everybody. And he said, yeah, okay. He said, Ed, would you sell that mule? I don't see you using him much. And that's a beautiful mule. I mean, he's massive. I mean, and he's a good cow horse. He chases all cows out of the pasture. He's good, but would you sell him? And he said, you know, I love that mule, but he does just stand out there. He's what we call a hay burner. So he's just a hay burner. Let me buy him. He said, I tell you what, I sell him for $1,000. He said, I'll buy him. He said, well, come over, let me clean him up, let me trim his hooves, you know, let me brush his mane, put some WD-40 in his tail, and get him all pretty, and you can come pick him up. He's a beautiful animal. He's just been out there, you know, eating hay for a year or so. So he said, I tell you what, I'll be there next week on Monday, and we're going to pick that mule up, and I'm going to go into town, and we're going to do a raffle. And we're going to raffle the mule off. So everybody buys a ticket for $1, and you sell me the mule for $1,000. And if I sell 2,000 tickets, I make $2,000. And then I make $1,000 basically. He said, all right, well, I'll see you Monday. So he shows up with his trailer on Monday, and the guy comes out, and man, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. He said, something happened and the mule died. I don't even know what happened, but he's laying right there dead. And I don't know what to tell you. He said, well, I've been all around town passing out these flyers, and I've been taking money. I done took $2,500. And he said, well, I don't know what to tell you. He said, well, I'm going to find all these people and give them all their dollars back. So he sits there for a minute, and he's like, I'm smarter than this. And so he decides. He said, I'll take the mule. Get your tractor. We're going to put a chain on it. We're going to put him up in my trailer. He said, why you want a dead mule? He said, I can't tell you that right now, but I have a plan. He said, well, all right. I mean, I'm going to have to bury the mule anyway. Take him. So, winches this mule up into the trailer, right? And it's a dead mule, and he is pretty much in hot water. He got $2,500 worth of tickets out there, and he said, well, you going to pay me for the mule? He said, no. He said, well, you're taking the mule. I need $1,000. And he was like, well, the mule's dead. Why would I pay you for him? He's like, I sold you a mule for $1,000. You're taking him to do an auction and a raffle or whatever it is you're trying to make money on. You're taking the mule from my property. Give me the $1,000. So he was like, he said, I know you have it. You just sold $2,500 worth of tickets. Give me the money. And he was like, huh. Well, I kind of agree with you. I'm still making $1,500. He said, I don't know how you're going to do this, but you fitting to be in a lot of hot water with everybody in this town. He said, I don't quite think so. He said, well, do whatever you got to do. Just pay me $1,000. So he pays him $1,000. He takes the mule home. About 3 weeks later, the guy shows up. He said, hey, Ed, how you doing? He said, well, I've been wanting to call you, but I heard about the auction. He said, how'd you manage to auction off a dead mule? He said, well, I ended up selling $3,000 worth of tickets. He said, you took the money? He said, yes, sir, I did, Ed. I took the money. And he said, well, I don't understand how you auctioned off a dead mule for $3,000. How did you do that? I mean, how'd you do it? He said, well, I was right. He said, at the end of the raffle, I drew a name. And it was a lady in town that works at the at the diner and she won. He said, okay, but the mule's dead. He said, well, here's the thing. I had to give her her dollar back because the mule had died. So I only had to refund $1 out of the 3,000. And the guy looked at him and he was like, I will never tell Soul about this. He said, but that is probably the smartest thing I've ever heard in my life. He said, I thought so too, but let's keep it to ourselves. And so there you go. The moral of the story is, if you're in an auction or you're in a raffle and you're buying something and it's a live animal, right? If the animal dies, you're going to get your dollar back, but nobody else gets their dollar back because they didn't win. And the moral of my story is, just like Yogi the Bear says, be average than the smartest bear, boo-boo. Love you guys. That's my story for the day.